Hello everyone, I'm Amita Sharma. I hope you all are staying safe during this tough time of COVID pandemic. In my today's video, I'll be telling you about utility analysis. This is the topic for today's video. In this topic, we will be covering what exactly utility is, what all are the various types of utility, the very important concept under utility, that is law of diminishing marginal utility, and its assumptions. So first of all, I would like to start with what exactly utility is. What is utility? Utility is a term used by economists to describe the measurement of usefulness that a consumer obtains from any good. It has also been said as a want satisfying property of a commodity. Now, when we talk about utility, what exactly it is? The consumer in the market, they are demanding various commodities. The reason for creating a demand for any commodity is that the consumer, they want to derive the utility out of it. Now, what is the meaning of this word utility? It is studied from two perspectives. We call it as two angles. One is a product angle and another is a consumer angle. Product angle, they define utility in a different way, whereas consumer angle, they define the utility in a different manner. From a product angle, utility is said to be the want satisfying property of a commodity. Means if we think from a product angle, utility is something that satisfies the want of the consumer. But when we study from a consumer angle, utility is a kind of psychological feeling of happiness, pleasure that the consumer they feel after the consumption of that particular commodity. So this is the whole sole purpose for which the consumer they are creating the demand in the market, because they want to derive the utility out of whatever the goods and services he purchases. So utility is always a post-purchase consumption behavior. Once a particular consumer they buy it, use it, then only we can identify the utility of the consumer. Now, when we talk about utility, there are certain things that we need to keep in mind. Utility varies from person to person. It is not always that if any commodity which is giving a satisfaction to me, a high level of pleasure or high level of happiness to me, it is not necessary the same kind of happiness it is going to give it to another person. So the utility may vary from person to person. And when we talk about a product utility, every product is not going to create the same utility for everyone. Say, for example, when we talk about someone who is a smoker, someone who is somewhere or the other non-vegetarian. So these people, those who like such kind of things, they are the ones who are going to create the utility for them. But the other people in the society who are vegetarians, who are non-smokers, these particular products are not going to create the utility for them. So these are the things are very much important to understand when you are studying the concept of utility. Now, under utility, we have two major approaches. These approaches are also being known as consumer behavior theories. So, these are being defined as cardinal and ordinal approach. Now, when I say cardinal and ordinal approach, these are the two approaches which are being defined on the basis of measurability. Now, start with the first approach, we call it as cardinal approach. This is an approach which we call it as a traditional approach as well. In this approach, we can say that utility is measurable. Whatever the satisfaction that the consumer they are deriving from the consumption of a commodity, they can measure the satisfaction. for that goods and services that they had consumed. Now, how you can calculate the satisfaction? This says that if you are consuming ice cream, you are consuming chocolates, you are consuming some shakes. So now, what is the utility that you are getting from consuming all the things? Say, for example, when you are consuming ice cream, you are getting a utility of 2. When you are consuming any kind of chocolates, then you are getting a utility of 4. When you are consuming any kind of shakes, then you will be getting a utility of 5. So this is the way they said that utility can be measured, and it can be measured in utils. This we are going to study in detail in the next video. Now the next approach is ordinal utility. It is the another utility. It is a modern concept or the modern approach of consumer behavior or modern theory of consumer behavior, we can say. Under the ordinal utility, this says that satisfaction cannot be measured numerically. This says that the satisfaction can be measured, but it can be given in terms of preferences. It can be explained in terms of preferences. So, for example, you can't measure them in numbers. In numerical values, you can't measure them. This says that if, say, for example, I'm consuming bread, I'm consuming cake, I'm consuming any kind of muffins. Now, in that particular case, if I can't measure them, I can't tell them that muffins are giving me 20 utility and cake is giving me 5 utility. So I can't say that. So modern economists, they says that utility can't be measured in numbers. They can be measured in terms of preferences. You can say that the cake is better than muffins, and the least important, least what we can say, tasty food was a particular another item. So or a shake. So in that case, more than, less than, preferably items are being told under the case of ordinal approach. That is the ordinal utility. Types of utility. There are mainly three types of utility are there. First is total utility, second is average utility, and the third is marginal utility. When we talk about total utility, what is the meaning of total utility? It is the sum of utilities derived by a consumer from the various units of goods and services he or she consumes. Now, total utility is all about when a particular individual they are consuming various units of a particular commodity, then it is said to be the combination of that is said to be the total utility. Or if the consumer they are consuming n number of different commodities, then again it is said to in a certain period of time it is also said to be the total utility, right? So how we are going to calculate the total utility of X commodity? Say for example, there is a commodity which we can name it as X. Now if we need to calculate the total utility of X, we are going to write down TUX is equals to U1 plus U2 plus U3. This is a formula which has been applied when we are going to find out the utility of X commodity. So in that case, we want to identify what kind of satisfaction that X commodity is giving to the consumer when they are consuming n number of units of that particular commodity, right? So the same commodity, the and the number of usage or the number of units of consumption of that particular commodity is known as total utility. The second utility is average utility. Average utility is that utility in which the total units of consumption of goods is divided by the total units. So this is the way through which we can calculate the average utility for a certain time period. Then the third is the marginal utility. Marginal utility is a very important concept which says there are three meanings that has been defined for marginal utility. The first is utility derived from the marginal unit consumed, additional to the total utility resulting from the consumption of one additional unit. And the major important one is refers to the change in total utility obtained from any additional unit of a commodity. It is very simple to understand. It is a very important concept as well. When we talk about marginal utility, what is a marginal utility? Marginal utility simply talk about change in total utility result from any additional unit of commodity. Whenever any kind of change that takes place in the total output, it is going to have an impact on the total utility and it will result in change in marginal utility. So it can be calculated as marginal utility equals to delta total utility divided by delta Q. The law of diminishing marginal utility is explained through this particular schedule and the graph. So let's understand what this schedule is all about. This is a schedule which is showing a relationship between marginal utility and total utility. It is said to be a very important concept under this particular law of diminishing marginal utility. First of all, understand the schedule. What this schedule is saying, first is the unit, another is the total utility, and the third is marginal utility. Right? So, in the first column, it is showing units, total utility, and marginal utility. What it is saying that when the units of a particular commodity, you must know that under a case of law of diminishing marginal utility, the product remains the same and the consumer, they are consuming the different units of that particular product. So here, say for example, the product is X, the consumer, they are consuming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of that particular commodity, right? With that units of commodity, the consumer, they are getting these particular number of total utility, right? When he is consuming 1 unit of a commodity, he is getting a total utility of 10. When he is consuming the second unit of a commodity, he is consuming 18 units of utility. When he is consuming the third unit, he is consuming the 24 numbers of utility. So this is the way we are going to describe the total utility, right? Total utility are the figures that you can take by your own also, or sometime when certain other figures are being mentioned, you have to calculate the total utility. Now, the another important thing is we need to calculate the marginal utility. Marginal utility, how we calculate it? It can be calculated as delta TU divided by delta Q. That is change in total utility divided by change in the number of units that a particular consumer is consuming. So how we are going to calculate the very first marginal utility is 10. How we had calculated this 10? It has been calculated through total utility. In the initial one, we have no other figure, so the 10 will be counted divided by change. Here there is no other figure, so we had kept a one figure only. So 10 divided by 1 is. Then the another is 18 minus 10 will give you figure of 8. That is the change in total utility divided by 2 minus 1 is equals to 1. Right? So when we calculate the change, we had already studied another case of demand. So how we calculate the delta figure, we will identify through this. So this is the way we get the marginal utility. Now we are going to make the two curves. One curve is for total utility and another curve is for the marginal utility. By in the first curve is going to be made with units and total utility. Units will be considered in the x-axis and total utility will be considered in the y-axis. Same units and marginal utility, we are going to make another curve in which the units will be coming under the x-axis and marginal utility will come on the y-axis. Now by putting all these figures, we are going to make out these two graphs, right? So when we are going to define the relationship between TU and MU, how we are going to define it? Just have a look on this particular figure, first of all, what you need to do is make out the schedule by your own by putting these formulas. After that, try to plot these particular figures into graph. And after that, study the relationship between the TU and MU. Now start with the relationship between TU and MU. When the TU is increasing, now we can see here the TU is increasing, but it increases by smaller to smaller amount for each additional unit. Right? As you keep on increasing the number of units of a commodity, the TU is increasing but to a smaller extent. But at what particular time, at this particular time, MU is diminishing. From the very beginning, the utility that the consumer they are deriving for every extra consumption of a commodity, any additional unit of a commodity, it keeps on declining. So MU from the very beginning, it started declining. Now when your TU reaches the maximum, what is the point maximum? It is a point of 5 where it becomes stable. That is 35 and 6 figure is given 30-30 level of satisfaction. So this is a point where the TU has reached its maximum. Now when the TU has reached the maximum at this particular time, your marginal utility is 0. It is still positive but in the phase of 0. Now, when the TU has started declining after excessive consumption of the commodity or after additional unit of a commodity, it starts declining. And once the TU declines, your marginal utility becomes negative. So this is a basic relationship between marginal and total utility. That's all for today's video.